Verse 8, just as it is written, God gave them a spirit of stupor, eyes to see not, and ears to hear not, down to this very day. So God deals with phony, superficial hypocrites by keeping divine revelation from their grasp. So divine revelation is right in front of them, but because of their previous rebellion and rejection, God keeps something crystal clear from their grasp, which is what he was doing with his son. They already rejected. Think of when Jesus started teaching in parables. Jesus already had taught clear messages to them. Matthew 5 through 7, he taught the Sermon on the Mount. They were unresponsive, so God, Jesus, begins to teach in parables because he has now took away clear divine revelation from their grasp. That is why Jesus taught in parables, was to conceal it from the people of hard hearts. But the people of soft hearts still sought after it and found out the meaning because God would reveal it to them. Verse 9, and David says, let their table become a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a retribution to them. So you have Old Testament passages talking about how there will be a stumbling block placed in Zion, and it's a direct reference to Jesus, that Jesus is that stumbling block. And what is happening here is that their false assurance has laid a trap for themselves. And I think that can say a lot more than just to the Jews of that time, is we can have an assurance of our salvation, but a false assurance only leads to a trap. It leads to a snare. So we need to make sure that we're walking that tension out as well. That we can have assurance of our salvation as we evaluate ourselves to see if we're of the faith. Because false assurance is what happened to the Jews. They thought because of their bloodline that they were good to go, sealed. But they were not. They hardened their own hearts and then God hardened them further. Their lack of urgency created a false peace with God. And those who have a false peace with God, Christ will wage war on when he comes back. So you don't want to have a false peace with God. You want to have a true peace that comes from evidential transformation in your life so you can be assured of your relationship with Christ.